Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Novatek International's Got 15 webinar series. We are wrapping up our three-part webinar series focusing on contamination control, how to mitigate risk in cleaning validation for vaccine and aseptic manufacturing. My name is Nisa Barkat. I am the Associate Director of Marketing here at Novatek International for close to 10 years. And with me, I have Corinne Cleary. Hi, Corinne. How are you doing today?
Hi, Nisa. Fine, thank you. I'm a product specialist at Novatek International with a focus on technical processes and innovation, and I've been with Novatek just over 5 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Corinne. As always, just a few quick housekeeping rules. Our webinar is around the 15-minute mark, and we encourage you to submit your feedback and questions in the chat panel below. We'll make sure we get back to you via email. By default, your microphones are set to mute for the duration of our webinar. And last but not least, a recording will always be made available for those who registered and attend our webinar. So without further ado, let's get started. 15 minutes on the clock. This is part 3 of our contamination control series for how to mitigate risk in cleaning validation for vaccine and aseptic manufacturing. Cleaning validation, or shall I say automated cleaning validation software, is part of Novatek's product suite. All our products here have been built and used by the pharmaceutical and biotech industry for the last 25 years, and our sole focus is reducing risk. Corinne will actually walk you through part 3 of our webinar series with mitigation of risk for the cleaning validation, and in particular, an adoption of an automated cleaning validation system. So I will pass it on to you, Corinne. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Nisa. So I'll start with some recent observations by the FDA. And the first one is some recent stats that we have concerning the manufacturing processes. And here's a graph depicting a large part of the total percentage of observations is for equipment cleaning, coming in at 28%. My second example is about recalls, and we all know that recalls cost billions. So in this example, there is a recall due to cross-contamination of a product. This can be a preventable issue with the implementation of an automated cleaning validation program. These types of situations lend themselves to a compromise of quality of product, reputation, and can incur substantial financial loss. My third risk in this case, also identified by regulators, is different MACs used across sites with the same type of manufacturing. So it occurs when by not having synchronized the maximum allowable carryover MACs formulas across multiple sites when the same product is being manufactured. So now overall, those are some of the observations by FDA, and overall, the cleaning validation programs have common risks, and these are inherent risks in the CV process. So an automated cleaning validation program works to address these inherent risks. We will address a few of these examples today in the upcoming slides, and we will highlight the URS, the risk, the URS, and how it can be addressed by automation. So we'll start with the cleaning validation components. Just the process of cleaning validation transfers across multiple departments. You have equipment, soil, which is the API, the cleaning agent, the sample locations, quality management process, the lab, the validation, and everyone has an input on the cleaning validation process. So these days, with the increasing number of products, number of changes, and the number of items sharing the same equipment train, all increase the manual process risk. So Nova CVM is designed to centralize and streamline this entire process from A to Z, pulling all together all this information under one umbrella. Now, the benefits of a computerized cleaning validation software system there are many. You can see some of the top ones are listed here on the slide for you. One way that Nova's cleaning validation streamlines the cleaning process is by automating worst case evaluations and macro calculations executed now in seconds rather than hours. The system provides a snapshot of the risk and consequences of potential changes that may impact the validated state of the cleaning process. Validation failure is an important risk, and this is addressed using master tables. So these master tables within the system are correlated and interconnected, and each table contains linked parameters that are used for cleaning validation calculations, including worst case evaluation and macro formulas. All the information input for these parameters in the system in these master tables are unique to each manufacturing facility and captures the foundation of their cleaning validation process. NovaCM centralizes the cleaning validation parameters and facilitates the representation of their interdependency. So to continue on validation failure, we have a sandbox cleaning validation risk assessment process. So this sandbox provides a clear picture of your current state, and on a day-to-day basis, changes and risk assessments to the manufacturing process are easy to assess and validate. Users can modify any parameter in the process, such as adding a new product or equipment, and the system will automatically reevaluate worst case and reevaluate macro. Once that new process has been validated, it can be approved in the system, thereby generating the final validation report. Inadequate evaluation of worst case. So currently the worst case analysis is limited, as not all factors may be considered, but EU GMP Annex 1 states all risk factors should be considered relevant to the process, which is almost impossible to do manually. The automation of the worst case implies that you can increase the factors to be considered in your worst case analysis doing so without any additional resources. The above ratings and ranges are examples of parameters that can be considered in your worst case evaluation. So this is an example of from the system of a 10 API product combinations, 100% automated with no user interaction. And you can see each column is a weighted risk factor, providing an overall risk score for each API product combination. The worst case being highlighted in green. Currently, macro calculations are time consuming. They can take days, sometimes a week to do. The system automates all of these calculations. So for each sample point and for all methods. So formulas can be added to the system and parameters are automatically selected from the master tables. You create your own formulas. For macro calculations, you can have multiple formulas that can be used, and MAC formulas for product residue, cleaning agent residue, or general or microbial contamination also. So all of those can be incorporated into the system very easily. Currently, macro calculations, we know they're time consuming, but they can also be error prone. So here is an example of a calculation. You can see the formula in the upper part of the slide and in the top, and each row is a product A-B combination. Every product combination permutation is considered when doing these calculations. Displayed are current MACs, newly created macros, and the highest results. Some examples of the parameters are shared surface area, batch size, ADE, swab area. These protocols, once this is approved, the protocols are updated automatically for future validation and monitoring events. So we also have a risk. Missed samples is a significant risk. And so we address that using sample scheduling and notifications. So in this view, you see a sample protocol that's automatically created by the system for both validation and monitoring events. And all the macro values have been updated. The EU GMP Annex 1 revision recommends that cleaning validation should be risk-based. Users can schedule validation and monitoring events in one easy step and also track sample status, as can be seen by the visual notifications on the screen. The work screen is also filterable. What are the risks? I guess it is inadequate statistical analysis. I know that trending can be challenging at the best of times without being done manually. So the statistical trends and reports in the system are validated, they're quick to produce and pertinent to the CV process. Trending is available in real time for both validation and monitoring events, and trending to the safety margin is also available. All of our reports are dynamic and are searchable, exportable, and printable. Data integrity is very important, and it is addressed in our system through our user access management and our audit trail. So our system is compliant to both party level and data integrity. And with the access management and audit trail, regulatory auditors will be able to clearly see that the process is in a state of control. The system is permission-based and captures the reason and the user information for each transaction in the audit trail. So automated cleaning validation conclusions. We hope that you can see how the high-level benefits of Nova Cleaning Validation Management can help improve your cleaning validation process, which is critical to safeguarding the quality of your products and patient safety. It can significantly reduce the risk of contamination. So I would like to end with this slide. Something that Novatek truly supports. You can fix your processes, you can fix your systems, you can fix your procedures. Can you fix people's habits without automation? So thank you for your attention today. Lisa, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Corinne. That was a really great presentation, outlined the various risks that are involved when it comes to manual cleaning validation. You expressed how a holistic system from end to end can actually alleviate a lot of areas and gaps that are currently done with manual cleaning validation. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for joining us for our 3-part webinar series. Please take note of Corinne and my contact info. Connect with us on LinkedIn so we can keep the conversation rolling. We wish everyone well. It is an important time in our industry as we increase manufacturing for vaccines and aseptic manufacturing. Thank you for joining us for our webinar series, and thank you, Corinne, for your time today.
Thank you all.